Alright, so how was Massachusetts created and what was the purpose of its creation? So it was created when explorers, actually the first part, when King James I in 1606 sent explorers, also known as pilgrims, up to this part here, which is the Plymouth part of Massachusetts. So this is the Massachusetts Plymouth colony. And then again after that, then came along the Massachusetts Bay colony, which is right here, while the Plymouth one's up here. So as you can see, you got a big part of both land, and you get a lot of lumber up there too. So anyways, Massachusetts Bay was created about 1630 when the Puritans came in search of their religious freedom. And yeah, so they really wanted reform for the Anglican Church, and in Massachusetts Bay they settled, and that town became Boston. So they essentially came here to escape religious persecution and just model the religious community of Christianity. So and then the Plymouth Company was the one sent by King James I in 1606. They went up, and they were actually known as the Pilgrims, where you heard the first Thanksgiving story. And yeah, so they were a joint stock company, and they came during the Puritan migration. 1606, half of them died, only 52 remained after the first winter because it was so harsh for them. And the purpose of this really was to settle King James. He wanted them to settle along the East Coast. Anyways, so now here we go. Who settled so far and what was life like? So the Puritans and the Plymouth Company both settled. Now life for the Puritans was that the men they were like fixing things around the houses. They were doing agriculture, farming, caring for livestock, stuff like that. And everything was made by hand essentially. And then the women, they made soap, they cooked, they gardened, and they took care of the house just as well. Now up in the Plymouth part, you got the Plymouth Company. They were very religious tolerant, just like the Puritans down in the Bay Colony, except they also had many indentured servants up there, and they were farming and building houses. All right, so what economic activities are available, and how has that influenced life in the colony? So the economic activities that were available were essentially agriculture, fishing, corn, livestock, stuff like that, especially lumber and shipbuilding. That was big at the time. And then they're influenced by daily work and independence, and yeah, that essentially influenced the daily living of them. So how is Massachusetts ruled, and how is it better than what you're living under? So I mean, I guess if you're coming from some European country, I mean, you got a strict ruler, right? So you want some freedom, some religious freedom. Not religious freedom, but you want some freedom. Yeah, we got elected officials over here, and we got voting opportunity. You can become politically involved. There's no rulers, there's only governors. In fact, the first governor, John Winthrop, was elected official. And why is Massachusetts a better choice? It is a better choice because there's political opportunity, there's freedom, there's the purified church, which the Puritans focused on, and there's economic opportunities such as fishing, lumber, and there's also much land to enjoy. So that is why you should come. Thank you for listening.